What's good? My name is Berran Lee. You're watching the Come Up Louisville. Yeah, so Golden Child came about, I want to say 2017, November time. I was writing because I was linking up with a new engineer out in Vine Grove, Kentucky. From there, we cut my first ever EP out of someone else's studio other than my own type project. That was Too Cold to Care. So for me to just make a whole new sound with a whole new engineer at a whole new time where I felt independent, I wanted to make sure the intro was everything to me in terms of hit him in the face. Like, if you don't hit him in the face, you're not Meek Mill, you're not somebody you would know who would put the crowd in awe off the first track. I feel like that's law. This was my chance to make my own version that wasn't label helped. You know, the label didn't help me with this. I just did this all by myself. I wrote it, paid for the studio time, did the cover art. Everything was independent, so everything was me to feel like that's my baby. That's roll the red carpet out the right way. So yeah, Golden Child was just simply that. This is the 5th year anniversary of Too Cold to Care, which was my debut EP. So I'm just really trying to make sure I keep the consistency of making new music go on. BET. BET. Nah, just thinking as a kid, like I was in a moment of like having all the material that a kid would want and need, as far as like I was very well spoiled as a military brat. In Germany, I had it all, but when my mom went to Iraq, I didn't have much living with my grandparents other than music. So I would be very happy to hear the radio. I would be very happy to watch TV and watch music videos because the music at that time was so golden for my age. I wouldn't call it the golden era, but the platinum era. I feel like that was solid with the throwback jerseys and so nostalgic, you feel me? So it's like, to put it like that, I would write. I didn't even know how to write lyrics yet. It started with poetry, realized that was kind of lame. I like music, beats all the time, so I would just hear Area Codes by Ludacris, watch the music video, and while he's rapping, I'm writing everything. He's like in the time frame. When he's done, I'm done. So I already knew how to get in the game of like counting bars. It's too many to say. I think I'm influenced by life, like, and then the artists that combine, they just. But yeah, right now everybody inspires me. I'm inspired by the influences of Lil Uzi, just how he carries cadences on a rock star level. Cause I love my melodies like that. I'm still inspired by the OGs like Wiz Khalifa, just cause his fuck it mentality is forever, so is mine. I'm still influenced by not only the good shit, but also the bullshit. Because the bullshit's gonna make me wanna do better. If there's a bar to be set, let me not only set it, but raise it. So I think especially in cities like Louisville, with a Muhammad Ali mentality, you should really be boasting about it, but also show the background work, show the groundwork. Be very consistent with your art, your craft. My shit is kung fu. I really appreciate those who take notice, but even without the notice, I'm still doing it in, current rotation, continuous rotation. But yeah, everyone influences me because music is a mood. When I'm in the mood for it, that's the best music. Man, I get known for like various things from various people who become fans like from separate parts of the world half the time. But recently, I would say like the freestyles is who I get called out for when I'm walking by somewhere and someone said, "Oh yeah, you rap." I remember seeing you spit. If I'm not doing a freestyle, I'm in a contest. If I'm not doing a contest, I'm doing a show and performing those songs. But I've also done BET. I was on Freestyle Friday, 106 in Park. Not 106 in Park. It was 2018, mind you. I'm not that old. But for the BET Awards, they were having the Freestyle Friday where it turned more into a contest of your best freestyle in 60 seconds. 60 seconds, I did what I did. The rest is something you gotta see on YouTube. And that was a good thing. I'm not mad at it. But yeah, also I've done music all through Louisville, even before I moved out here 3 years ago. One of the artists I worked with was Jack Harlow. That was a Twitter conversation of just like hey, I got this beat. I think it's fire. My manager had to tell me about him before. And I think that was like really cool because he was just graduating high school. And so when I reached out to him, he just heard the beat, heard what I had on the hook. I didn't even put the verse down yet. And he said he was feeling it. Next thing you know, shout out to Slick, still my engineer to this day. He set up that session for us out in St. Catherine. Shout out to Saint too, he out there too. And we did Flame. Flame was gonna be one of the hot singles off the debut album that dropped 2017, Year of the Youngin'. And yeah, it got a lot of notoriety, a lot of good people were like, you know, this kid's out of here. Spoopy Fest out in Adams, Tennessee. That's going to be in October. Actually, one of my very first festivals to be doing like 3 days straight. I think it was like October. I got to redo on posting when the dates are, but I'll look back into it and have the promo ready before that time. We have I Am Royalty Fest, I think August 23rd. I am a member of I Am Royalty as well, so for me to be performing out that way, probably gonna be downtown with it. Get Rich or Die Trying. First one I ever bought. Second album, Carter 3. Carter 3 was something immaculate for my age. I was in middle school, so it's mind blowing. American Gangster, Jay-Z. New York is a lot of impact, as you can see. Those other two. It's a lot of albums too. That's why I'm thinking like really hard on it. I like Cushion Orange Juice. I know that's a tape, but that was when that dropped on that pit, bro. High school was different. Like he was different. Last one. Thinking about it now, shit. Let's go Drake in there. I be thinking like anything Drake really dropped. Cause I'm not gonna be one of these niggas like we don't really listen to that nigga like that. We listen to that nigga like that. He's hard. Take Care. So Far Gone. You can, you know, he throw whatever. And I'll be like, ooh, what a treat. I mean, nothing was the same. You know, shit like that. Man, dream collab. It just, so music is like a mood to me. So whatever the mood is very like hyper about, like if it's very heightened with that artist and similarity and knowing that because you're in that mood and I'm in that mood, we make this type of mood, which is a dope type of sound. Method Man. I will work with Method Man because I feel like at the end of the day, he's a showman. Not only an entertainer, but a craftsman. So he like really puts that work ethic in and you can not only hear it, but see it when he performs. That was one of my first shows ever in Louisville, seeing him and Redman perform at Diamond Pub. So after seeing that, I'm like, nah, he's never really let me down in any art form of being inspired. Yeah, so Method Man, most definitely.
Let everybody know.
Oh yeah, Berran Lee, BerranLee. You'll find that shit everywhere. Google me. Thank you, Louisville. Thank you, Bandy. Thank you to come up. Nigga, Louisville. It's Louisville. Well, you didn't even ask the top 5 of artists, though.
I did the top 5 albums instead.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you got that off. So I'm gonna just say it. Busta, Method Man, Fab, Ludacris, 50 Cent. Bye.